Hello, friends. Welcome to the videos on the food and mental health. Today, we are going to talk about vitamins and mental health. What is a vitamin? It is an organic molecule or related set of molecules that is essential micronutrient that an organism needs in small quantities for the proper functioning of its metabolism. Now there are few terms here. What is organic molecule? They are normally molecules with carbon atoms attached to it. And what is essential? Essential means that we cannot synthesize or we cannot produce in our body even if you have all the ingredients. And number three, they are only required in small amounts because they do not provide the energy, but they help us to utilize and make the chemicals, and they help our enzymes to function them properly and switch them on. And if they are not present, some of the enzymes will not be functioning. Therefore, some of the reactions, chemical reactions in the body may not happen. So we start with vitamin B1, thiamine. What are the functions of thiamine? Thiamine is involved in many cellular processes or functions. And thiamine is mainly in the food, but when you polish the rice, the thiamine is lost, and there was time when there was deficiency of thiamine because people were dependent on the grains which were polished, and that was their staple diet. It's phosphate derivative. That means when thiamine is attached with the phosphate, it is a cofactor, helps the enzyme to catabolize sugar and amino acids. That means breaking down the sugars to give us energy, calories. And similarly, it can help to break down the amino acids and convert them into other molecules or combine with them other molecules. Now, when we do the alcohol fermentation, the first step is where thiamine is required. In humans, however, it is an essential. That means we cannot synthesize in our body, so therefore we need from outside. Only bacteria, fungi, and plants, they can make this vitamin. If the thiamine deficiency is there, because it is involved in number of catabolic processes, that means breaking down of sugars and amino acids, there will be loss of weight, malaise, there will be irritability and confusion. However, if that condition, if that thiamine deficiency continues for much longer, it can cause a condition called beriberi. And beriberi is basically it is divided into two. One is dry beriberi and wet beriberi. And in wet beriberi, there are mainly problems with the heart failure, and there will be swelling on the feet. In dry beriberi, this is to do with the mental health. What happens? There is a confusion, there is emotional disturbance, and if that continues for a long time, or if there is acute, like some people drinking too much alcohol and the thiamine is being a water soluble is excreted from the urine, or somebody is having acute diarrhea, vomiting. Vomiting is the big factor, especially in pregnant women who has a major problem with vomiting. It can cause acute shortage of thiamine, causing Wernicke's encephalopathy, and that can lead to Korsakoff syndrome. In Korsakoff and Wernicke's, what happens? There is acute shortage of thiamine that will cause serious mental disorder, confusion, nystagmus, ataxia, and unless you give high doses of thiamine, the condition can worsen to cause the Korsakoff syndrome. Or in Korsakoff, there is shortage of there is short-term memory is lost, and people start to confabulate. When they can't remember, they try to fill in the gaps, and that can happen. Other conditions that can be caused by thiamine deficiencies like optic neuropathy, the nerve fibers from the eye to the brain, they get damaged. There is inherited condition called Lee's disease. Now this is developmental disorder. If there is a lack of thiamine in the child. The other condition is central pontine myelinolysis. This is severe damage to myelin sheath of nerves in pons, but this happens mostly with people who have high concentrations of sodium because of the dehydration caused by the vomiting or other things, because of the sodium levels are very high. In mental health, thiamine deficiency inhibits production of neurotransmitters, especially glutamic acid and gamma aminobutyric acid. Now, glutamic acid is a neurotransmitter. That means it helps the neuron cells to communicate with other cells, and glutamic acid is normally a stimulatory. It will tell the other neuron in the next chain to fire again, to pass the information. And the other neurotransmitter is GABA, which is gamma aminobutyric acid. Now, if this is released at the nerve endings, it is literally telling the other nerve cell, don't get stimulated, just stay calm, don't fire. So this is inhibitory neurotransmitter. So if there is deficiency of thiamine, it is going to affect how the nerve cells are communicating with each other. They may give some false information when they are supposed to not fire, they may fire, or when they are supposed to fire and they keep on firing. So these things are important. They are also involved in neuromodulation. What does it mean? That one neurotransmitter like glutamic acid or gamma aminobutyric acid can tell number of other different neurons, not only one just next to it, but it can modulate the other, either to produce or stimulate or not to stimulate. Because of this, there might be defect there. Now I'm going to continue with the second one here. The second vitamin online is the B2, which is called riboflavin. Now this is also required for the cellular respiration and number of cellular functions. It is especially required in the citric acid cycle, or what we call is Krebs cycle, when succinate is converted to fumarate and flavin adenine dinucleotide. That will be the active form of the flavin, riboflavin. What happens is that if there is deficiency of riboflavin or vitamin B2, it will cause degeneration of the nervous system and other organs as well. For example, like riboflavin, because it is a part of the much bigger system. Krebs cycle is literally in every cell, not only in the nerve cell, but every cell of the body. And if it is affected, it is going to show in other systems as well. But we are not going to talk about. We will try to focus only on the nervous system. The next system is next vitamin is the vitamin B3. Now, vitamin B3 is niacin. Now, again, this is utilized in the transfer reactions within the DNA repair, calcium mobilization. Now, in mental health, calcium plays a bigger role in the signal transmission, in the release of neurotransmitters from the axon terminals. However, vitamin B3 can cause other problems as well, which is called pellagra. And what